ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
We're ready to go. It is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 for this Thursday, November 21st. Your text line is open right now, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I got something for you today. We got a basketball game coming up next week at home. I got something for you. Our text line is where you're going to win. I got a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on South Carolina State. That's Wednesday at the Cam Henderson Center. And if you don't have tickets, guess what? You have a shot to win today. How do you do that? It's real simple. And again, we open up our text line. We make it easy for you. We're not trying to twist your brain here. We're not trying to make you jump to too many hoops. It's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I know it's basketball tickets I'm giving you, but since football season is still going and the Herd has a shot to maintain its lead and possibly win the East Division with a win over Old Dominion, we need Georgia Southern to lose, obviously. We're rooting for that. We're all pulling for Coastal Carolina this week. So, since it is almost Saturday, time to pick the winning play. Who's going to have the winning play? Is it going to be a Braylon Braxton quarterback keeper up the gut, touchdown? What's it going to be? Is it going to be a field goal? Is it going to be a pick six? What's it going to be? What's the winning play going to be? 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is our text line to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. A little bit later on, we got basketball coming up tonight. Believe it or not, the women are in action at the WBCA Showcase in Florida, and it's going to be, I believe, on Peacock, if I saw that correctly, and I've got a few days left on my Peacock subscription, so I might have to check that out tonight. I don't know about you, but Peacock is my least go-to app. The only time I go to Peacock is when they've got a rare movie I might want to see, very rare, and I was going there for WWE pay-per-views because I got this really killer deal last year on Black Friday. I got like a year subscription for pennies, it felt like. And so I did that, and I'm canceling it now because I believe WWE stuff's going over to Netflix at the same time. I think you check this as well for you. If you're a Comcast internet subscriber, I think you get Peacock as well. At least that's the deal I understand. So Peacock it is for those of you that have that service. Since, again, we've gone to this world where we used to complain about cable and satellite. Now we have sports all across the spectrum. You have to have multiple services. Thankfully, the Herd, for the most part, has been on ESPN networks, including ESPN Plus. And this is something new. Since we're talking about this, I saw where ESPN Plus content is going to be available on Disney Plus. So if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, there's going to be ESPN Plus content, believe it or not. Not all of it, but I believe there's going to be a good portion of that available to Disney Plus subscribers. Now, you still have to have ESPN Plus for the full package, but there's going to be some stuff that's available, sort of the same way that you can get Hulu stuff in the Disney Plus app as well. So I think eventually our ESPN experience is going to be really interesting. They're still working on that over-the-top service. And depending on how much it costs, I'd almost rather just, hey, let me pay a monthly subscription. I'll get all the ESPN channels, and I'm good. Believe it or not, that would probably serve a lot of you. Just give me an ESPN package. I'm good. If I want something else, I'll add it on later, do that a la carte. No more of this, okay, you got to have this subscription, then you have to have this subscription. And I think the way it's working out anyway is, I believe, if you're a DirecTV customer, I think there's going to be some integration in between DirecTV and some of the streaming services as well. So if you're a customer of both, keep an eye on that. Try to save you a little money here. So we're going to get your text in a few minutes. We'll do that again, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. And if you're wanting to watch the women tonight, I don't know if Peacock does a 7-day trial. Check that out. See if you get that. It might be something you can get a 7-day trial for. But Peacock, I believe, is the place for the games. And I don't know. NBC Sports used to be like the real big deal. You get Sunday Night Football, and that's fine. And I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the Sunday Night Football crew. But at the same time, you can get some soccer there. I'm looking at it now. Okay, there's soccer. You got the Big Ten. So if you're a Big Ten fan, obviously, you want that. That's what you definitely want. But I'm banking on, if you are listening to this show, you're not necessarily a Big Ten fan, unless you're one of those that you like Marshall and you like Ohio State, so you're probably a Big Ten. Or you like Marshall and you like Michigan, and I know people who are like that actually in this area, they're Marshall fans and they're Michigan fans. It gets confusing. Like, okay, so your college team is Marshall, but it's Michigan also. So, okay, your college team is Marshall, but it's Kentucky also. Your college team is Marshall, but it's Ohio State also. Help me out here. Let's start getting the text in. We'll give you that opportunity to win. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're going to get that fired up here for you in just a moment. We're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets to the game next Wednesday. All you have to do is text to win, and I'm going to make it easy for you. What's going to be the play that wins the game for the Thundering Herd? Is it going to be, and you can give me, it's going to be a knee in victory formation. I'll accept that. Be a little bit more creative if you can, though. All right, we got a few texts coming up. We're going to get those in when we continue on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey, Lex, I got a question for you about our friends over at K&B Pest Control.
Shoot.
Do you think they'll eliminate my mother-in-law?
I think so.
She's in the house, kind of pesky.
From what I understand, they'll kill for your business, so you might want to have a talk.
No, these guys are great, man. Locally owned and operated in Huntington, West Virginia, serving the tri-state area. Free estimates, highly skilled staff. There's specialized training and inspections and solutions. So no matter what's going on, they'll figure it out. They'll find out where these pests are coming from, and they will eliminate them.
Yep, and you can even do comparisons with their Facebook page. They got real pest pics. This is when the critters start coming out, Terrence, so If you're seeing problems like they have on their Facebook page, call 304-523-4281.
Go ahead and ask for Patrick or Becca. They will hook you up. We promise you it's knbpestcontrol.com. Go ahead and hit them up online as well. K&B Pest Control, they will kill for your business.
Trust the guys with over 40 years of experience at K&B Pest Control.
I'm Nori, and when I was young, my mom opened our home to someone who needed a secure and safe place. She taught him what it was like to have someone care about you, having dinner at home or going out to eat together.
In West Virginia, families open their homes every year to adult family care.
Some folks need a little extra help, but everybody deserves a family.
Call the Department of Human Services and ask to speak to an adult family care home finder at 304-269-6820. Sponsored by the West Virginia Department of Human Services, the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, and this station. This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, of the United States U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $1,227,345, with 100% funded by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to Wednesday's basketball game to see Corny and the guys. They got business to take care of in a few days, though. First up, they've got Purdue to deal with. Purdue actually lost the other day, so they lost to number 15 Marquette. I hope they're not mad when they face off against the Herd. Should be a fun one. We got it for you coming up. Going to be on our sister station, 93.7 The Dog, on Saturday. I will remind you, we got Huntington High football coming up. It's going to be the Highlanders taking on University. Should be a fun one, 1:30 up on the hill. We go on the air at 1 o'clock with the pregame. And, of course, you can video stream that as well on our Facebook page. So we've got you covered all throughout the day, either on 93.7 The Dog or ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. All right, we got some good stuff coming in. Let's get to the text line. First up, texter says, Paul, in the red zone, Braylon Braxton fakes to Ethan Payne, then tosses a touchdown pass to Toby Payne in the far corner of the north end zone as time expires in the first quarter, and the Herd never looks back. It's over early. That's it. That's the winning play. See, that was a good breakdown. It was exciting. It was creative. And he told me why the first touchdown is going to be the winner. I'm assuming he's saying the first touchdown. This is the first, right? But the Herd in the first quarter wins the game. That's good stuff. All right, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texture says, Paul, for most of us, our secondary favorite team is whoever's playing U-Spam, a.k.a. WVU, a.k.a. the Couch Burners. I can see that. So last night, everybody was an Iona fan as the Mountaineers beat Iona 86-43. So that one didn't work out for the Thundering Herd fans, but Mountaineers get the victory yesterday. They're coming along. Texture says, Paul, the audio lead into your show is missing a key word. 94.1 FM and AM 930 proudly present The Drive. Yeah, I like that. All right. We'll have to get that to the revision makers. I like that. They should proudly present us. 304-396-TALK. Also from the text line. I think the winning play will not necessarily be a scoring play, but a late game defensive stop. Hey, those count too. If you're just going by, all right, what's going to be the winning score? And I said winning play, so I did open it up. That's a good one. It's going to be a defensive stop. The defense pitches a shutout, maybe. That would, right there, they would get my game ball if they pitch a shutout. Marshall has dominated this series, except for that one time Marshall forgot the win. But Marshall's been strong in this series. You can win as well. Our text line for our 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd on Wednesday, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. don't forget, we got a busy night for you. Football-wise, we have got the Coach Huff Show before Marshall heads to Old Dominion. We've got the Coach Huff Show coming up tonight, and that's going to be at 7:05 p.m. And then following that, we've got the Browns and the Steelers. Thursday night football. I'm not watching that. Absolutely not. That's a nightmare game for me. Absolutely not watching that. I'll listen maybe to it, but I'm not watching that tonight. No. The Cleveland Browns and the Steelers, I'm not rooting for any one of those teams. No. Like, why would I watch that other than to see if one team will fumble all over? For the record, though, if I have to pick, I'm taking Browns or Steelers. Which one's the least of the evils here? 304-396-TALK. Browns or Steelers? Texture says, Paul, Toby Payne wins it with a 30-yard touchdown reception. I like it. You, sir, are entered. Or, ma'am, I don't know. You are entered. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. So busy night tonight. Football, keep it right here. Coach Huff Show, followed by the Browns and the Steelers. I'm sure a lot of you will be listening to that or watching that one. I will not. However, I will be paying attention to it because I have in my fantasy football lineup, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It was the Steelers or the Vikings, and I'm taking the Steelers defense to do work tonight against the Cleveland Browns. So that's what I'm taking. This is going to be an off week for me almost because Burrow's all. I've got him. I got Jamar Chase. I've got Amari Cooper as well, all on the bench this week. But I got smart. I picked up Bo Nix. He was available. So I'm looking for Denver. Score me some points. I have battled back. After I got a few things cleaned up here in my lineup here, I've been battled back. I am in the playoffs as of right now. That's all I want. Get me in the playoffs, and let's see what happens. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. So what are we thinking? What are we thinking about this one? Is this the game that Coach Huff maybe is he hyping this one up a little too much? Is he hyping this one up? It's going to be senior day. It's going to be on TV. It's going to be at night. They're tough. They're better on film than their record indicates. Is he hyping this one too much? Is that where we're at right now? Are we at that point where Marshall has to just come out and go, yeah, these guys are great. Absolutely. They're phenomenal. They're great. They're tough. They're physical. They get it done. Are we at that point now where coach is just going to come out and we can, at this point now, the way Marshall's been playing as of late, we can just say, really, coach? Absolutely. Now, to give them credit, to give Old Dominion credit, they played South Carolina tough. They lost that one by 4. They lost East Carolina's game by 6. They lost to Virginia Tech by 10. They lost to Coastal Carolina by 8. They lost to App State by 8. And they lost to James Madison by 3. You put all that together, maybe they are better than what we think. A play here, a play there. But I was also looking at their schedule, and football-wise, this is a basketball school. The Old Dominion still wants to find success on the football field, and so they should. But this is a basketball school. I'm looking at this. East Carolina, they're 0-5 all-time against East Carolina. They are 2-4 against Virginia Tech. First meeting against Bowling Green, they won that one. They are 2-2 right now against Coastal Carolina. Poor Georgia State. They are 5-1 against Georgia State. They got their first victory, and it's the only time these two teams have met. They got a victory against Texas State. They are 2-3 in the short-lived series with Georgia Southern. They are 1-4 against Appalachian State. They are 2-3 against James Madison. They're 1-0 against Arkansas State. And they are 1-8 against Marshall. 1-8. Let's hope that that's 1-9 on Saturday night after this one's all said and done. Our text line this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're giving you a shot at a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on South Carolina State Wednesday at the Cam Henderson Center. What's going to be the winning play of the game? Is it going to be an interception? Is it going to be a quarterback sneak? Is it going to be a dive up the middle? What is it? Tell me what it's going to be when we continue. More of your text on this edition of The Drive. ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Jeff Smith, 304-781-1234. And in Wayne, Vicky Tabor, 304-272-5149.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, all dinners served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Postseason play is heating up for Ashland Tomcats football. The legendary Dickie Martin will bring you all of the exciting playoff play-by-play action on your home for Tomcats football. Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. Download the Cat Sports app and listen online. The Tomcats are on the road this Friday, matching up against Corbin. Ashland Tomcats football and Cat Sports is sponsored by Kentucky Farmers Bank, McLeod's Body Shop, People Helping People, and Clark's Pump and Shop. Ashland Tomcats football from Kindred Communications.
This holiday season, Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe is the perfect place for gifting and gathering. Give the gift of deliciousness with gift cards from the Hall of Fame Cafe. Buy $50 in gift cards and get $10 free. Buy $100 and get $20 free. On Black Friday only, purchase $100 in gift cards and score $30. Planning the holiday party? We've got you covered with 2 private spaces, free to reserve. The holidays are better at the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe on the corner of Fun and 3rd Avenue in Huntington.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think you would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome back to our Thursday edition, The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I've got a few questions about folks trying to figure out, how do I find the game tonight on Peacock? I don't see it listed. Yeah, that's going to be a trick for a couple of you, because it's not like ESPN Plus. The interface is not that good. And so right now, if you go to Peacock, and I'm up on the website, and you can hit sports. If you go to sports, you'll see WBCA Showcase Georgia versus Tulsa. So you hit watch now. And it's going to take you to like this guide interface. And these are some of their streaming channels. And it's on their NBC Sports streaming channel. So, you just go through there. And what's coming up next will be a filler program between 7 and 7:30, and then the Marshall broadcast will begin. So that's how you find the game right now with 9 minutes to go. Georgia leading Tulsa 21-8 in this thing. I'm just surprised this is actually on ESPN, because this is at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Center. It's at Walt Disney World, so why isn't this thing on ESPN? Peacock it is, folks. Peacock it is. Our text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, Paul, the winning touchdown will be a Braylon Braxton 10-yard touchdown pass to Christian Fitzpatrick. Appreciate that from the text. So Fitzpatrick with the winning grab, it's going to be a Braylon Braxton 10-yard touchdown. So 1st and 10, maybe? 4th and goal, what are we looking at here? 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. 10-yarder, touchdown Hurd, wins the game. I like it. You can get their text in as well, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Up for grabs today, a 4-pack of tickets to see Marshall take on South Carolina State. That's coming up Wednesday at the Cam Anderson Center, and I've got your 4-pack of tickets at the end of the show. Since we're getting ready for women's basketball tonight, the Herd in action, Marshall, Penn State, at the State Farm Women's Basketball Coaches Association Showcase at Disney's Wide World of Sports in Orlando, Florida. Where are we at right now with Thundering Herd basketball? It's early. Marshall has 1 win. It's early. Where are we at right now? Are we at the same spot we were last year with Coach Caldwell? Just waiting for that big victory to kind of, okay, it clicked, and now let's go. Are we looking for that big victory the way the women got it last year? And could Penn State be that game that, okay, it's starting to click? Absolutely starting to click, and here we go. Or are we going to see the Herd struggle? Or play some close competitive games, but ultimately not win? What do we think we're going to see? And where are we at right now with women's basketball? And again, it's early with Coach Fulks. We're just a few games into this thing. And so far, Marshall has been in some close contests, but only managed 1 win. Is tonight the night where it changes? And you can watch that on Peacock, as we've talked about. 304-396-TALK is our text line, 304-396-8255. That is our text line to be a part of today's edition of the show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. So what do we think? Too soon? Don't hit the panic button just yet. Will we see a lot of fans that showed up last year go, I'm going to just wait and see? This is a little different than what we got last year. We'll just wait and see for a little bit. I think that's where we're going to be at right now. I think it's going to be a wait and see attitude. We're going to see if this team can start picking up some wins, and if that's the case, I think fans will show back up. But it's going to be a different style. It's not going to be that platoon style that Coach Caldwell came up with. And if she can get the athletes and keep them at Tennessee, she's gonna wreck that place. She's gonna wreck the SEC. I'm not saying she's gonna win it out every year, but she's gonna wreck that place if she can get the athletes to run that. At that level, if she can get the very best, she's gonna have success, because it's gonna be difficult. She's gonna go out there and just by style alone, she's gonna make that team better if they can run it. And that's what we saw last year with the Thundering Herd. And I'll tell you something else I think that's absolutely missing from this team right now. Who's going to step up and be, Abby Beeman? Who's going to step up and be that type of person for the team? Do we have someone that we can look at and say, all right, that's going to be our Abby Beeman? That's going to be the next Abby Beeman? Aislinn Hayes, what do you think? If I'm going to anoint someone, maybe it's Aislinn. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. So Penn State's pretty good, by the way. Marshall's 0-2 all-time against Penn State. The last time these two teams met was back, we got to go all the way back to 2017-18. and Penn State won that game 80-65. We know about Tulsa. That's a completely different story here. We know all about Tulsa. Marshall actually leads the series with Tulsa 5-4. I would like to see that continue. So this will be the 10th all-time meeting Saturday for the women against Tulsa. And this will be just the third time. I'm surprised that Penn State and Marshall haven't played more in women's basketball. Being so close to one another, I would think that Penn State would need a game, and that would be a good maybe money trip for the Herd to head up Penn State, play that game, play that early on. Good test. Not necessarily play that every year, but, good test for the Thundering Herd. Be a good money game. Maybe sneak a win in now and then. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Marshall makes a good showing of itself here. I would be surprised if we don't see these teams on the schedule a little bit more. Not so much Tulsa, but Penn State. I would like to see Penn State on the schedule a little bit more. Just closer teams. Play Ohio State. Play Penn State. Play Indiana. Maybe a venture up to Michigan. I don't know. Play some of those teams and be a good money game. Be a nice road trip. Good chance early on to kind of see where you're at. And I hope that Marshall can do that in the near future with the schedule. But we're going to see where the Herd's at right now when they take on Penn State. And again, that's coming up tonight. It's on Peacock for those of you that are asking, hey, how do I find that? It's on Peacock. There's not that really easy way to find it. You have to go to where it's showing the Georgia-Tulsa game right now on the stream. It's going to be on that channel. So it'll be on demand later. But right now, if you want to watch that game, that's the best way to do it is hit that stream, and then you can keep it there. And they've got some filler program in between that as well. All right, we'll get your text in, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on South Carolina State. That is Wednesday, Cam Henderson Center. It's a 4-pack of tickets. We're making it easy for you. What's going to be the winning play? Marshall, Old Dominion on Saturday. We'll get more of your texts when we continue on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Hey, Tri-State, there is a place to shop at. The Huntington's Peddlers Mall is now open in the historic Central City District in Huntington. Over 200 vendors specializing in vintage antiques, home decor, furniture, collectibles, new mattresses, and everything in between. Peddlers Mall, located 800 14th Street West in Huntington. It's the place to go. Open 7 days a week. Visit anytime. Check out the website, peddlersmall.com, for more information. It's the Tri-State place to shop, Huntington's Peddlers Mall.
At Poca Valley Bank, a handshake can still mean the start of a great relationship. We've been greeting customers with a handshake since 1908. Why settle for less? If you're purchasing your first home or planning for your future, Poca Valley Bank is here to support you with personalized service and local expertise. They are your trusted advisors. Why settle for less when you can experience banking with a team that truly cares? Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Christmas and holiday music. John Darren Rousey presents the first Christmas concert of the year at Fellowship Baptist Church. Friday night, December the 6th at 7. Multi-award-winning artist John Darren Rousey. Friday night, December the 6th at 7. Tickets are now on sale at the Fellowship Baptist Church website.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
The one Christmas concert of the year with the award-winning John Darren Rousey. A Season for Believing. The first Friday in December at Fellowship Baptist Church, just off the mall exit of I-64.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
It's our final segment for today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Let's make it a good one. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. It's our text line where we're also giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on South Carolina State. That is Wednesday night, Cam Henderson Center. We'll have that game for you right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930, and also on 93.7 The Dog. But if you'd like to go in person, you don't have your tickets just yet, you can be a part of our Text to Win contest right now. And again, that text line one more time, 304-396-TALK. We're asking you what's going to be the winning play for the Thundering Herd on Saturday against Old Dominion. I think it's going to be, let me think on this for a second. I think it's going to be a Mike Green sack. Mike Green sack. That's going to force a fumble. Green sack, force fumble. You tell me the rest. Mike Green sack forces the fumble, and you tell me the rest of that play. And that's going to win the game. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our number to be a part of our Text to Win contest here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 as the Herd getting set to take on Old Dominion. Marshall needing a win to stay in first place, hoping that Georgia Southern can lose. Be nice if Marshall can just win and Georgia Southern and James Madison just lose. Do the Herd a solid. Just lose, do the job, get this thing over with. Marshall still should win out. They go into that division championship game, East versus West. What if Marshall gets to host that game? On top of that, that would be fun. We talked a little bit yesterday about that, the possibility of Marshall hosting the championship game, and we talked to Ryan Crisp about that. And so you can listen to that, go back to our podcast, catch yesterday's show. We also, Ted Alexander had a pretty nice preview of Marshall and Old Dominion. So you can go back and get yesterday's show. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. That is the daily podcast of The Drive. Text line 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. The texter says, Paul, it's going to be Mike Green's sack, fumble. Mike Green recovers. It's going to be on the 10-yard line, and he's going to run it in for the score. Mike Green sack, fumble recovery, scoop it up, score. Herd wins. More of your texts like that coming up. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Why not a Braylon Braxton keeper? What about it's 1st and goal? He's looking it over. Nobody's open. And he just finds a hole. And he runs, not even a keeper. Just he runs it and he scrambles. Defense gets a little too aggressive. He eludes that. Wide open path to the end zone. Braylon Braxton, a la Lamar Jackson. You like that? I'll take that. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Paul, it's going to be a 54-yard field goal. Win the game. Ooh, I don't know. Here's another one. Paul, it's going to be a last-second field goal by Nathan Troughton, 17-14, go Herd. Okay, I can take that. I can live with that. But is it going to be 54? No, I don't know. I don't feel good about that. 54 yards? I don't think I feel good about that. We talking 40-yarder? What are we talking here? I feel a little bit better about that. I hate leaving it to the kicker. If that's how it gets won, again, we go back to 1992. Marshall wins a national championship on a field goal. Okay, we left it to the kicker. First and best kick ever. But do we want to leave this to a kicker? Last second field goal, clock expires, it's good, Herd wins, and we find out the rest of the way that on game night that Georgia Southern loses, opening the door for Marshall to possibly even host if Marshall can win out. That's what I'm looking for. Here's what we got to deal with on Saturday. We got to hope that James Madison gets an L from App State. So we're rooting for App State. It pains me to say that. We're rooting for App State. And then we want UL Monroe to beat Arkansas State. I just want UL Monroe to win. Beat Arkansas State. And then do we want Southern Miss to beat South Alabama? I think we do. We'll take Southern Miss to beat South Alabama. Let's give us that. And then we're going to be rooting for Coastal Carolina to beat Georgia Southern. And then we're going to be pulling for Troy to beat Louisiana. And then we get to Georgia State at Texas State. We're pulling for Georgia State to beat Texas State. And then it comes down to Marshall and Old Dominion. Marshall takes care of business, seals the deal, locks it in, boom, it's done. 1 week to go. Marshall can say East Division champs. Next week, playing against James Madison, possibly for the right to host. That's what we need to happen. But we want James Madison to lose to App State. We want Coastal Carolina to beat Georgia Southern. We want Louisiana to lose to Troy. Everything else is gravy for me. And that's how we want it to play out. Absolutely. If that doesn't play out like that, Marshall can still lock it up next week. But I want other than Georgia Southern and James Madison and Old Dominion, I want Coastal, App State, and Georgia State to win. I want the other East Division teams to win. And I want Louisiana to lose. Because that would make them 5-2 in conference. And then Marshall wins, that'll be 6-1. And then Louisiana would be 8-3. Marshall would be 8-3, but have a better conference record. We don't have to go to any other statistic. I just want to straight out, Louisiana loses, Marshall wins, Georgia Southern loses, James Madison loses, Marshall's locked in the East and possibly playing for the host position. That's how I want this to play out on Saturday. Am I going to get that? I don't know, but I'm going to be hoping and absolutely praying that that's what we get on Saturday for Thundering Herd football. Sounds logical. I think Marshall will do its part. I actually do believe that Marshall will do its part. Ever since that meltdown against Georgia Southern, I think this team figured a way to pick itself up and say, we're going to win. We're not going to go through that again. I haven't felt this comfortable and confident in a long time. Now, I don't want to get complacent, but I actually feel that Marshall will win out. There won't be any need to scoreboard watch. Marshall will win out. The only thing we're hoping for is Louisiana to drop one. And then if that happens, we know for sure Marshall's going to be locked in hosting the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Marshall's undefeated at home. I say Marshall goes 7-0 at home, wins that coveted title, and then Christian Spears is running out on the field. He's got a paper in hand. Here, coach, sign. Sign it right now. Here's your extension. Sign that right now. I don't think it's going to play out that way. You remember where we were at last year, where we had that post on social media about the disappointment and everything? You remember that? where we were at, how disappointing everything was, and all of a sudden, Marshall's locked in a spot where it could win the East Division and play for a championship. And again, I remind you, a few weeks ago, several of you wanted to run him out of town. Several of you wanted him to stay in Georgia and not come back with the team. And so here we are. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255 is our text line to be a part of today's show. We're giving you a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on South Carolina State. That's coming up Wednesday, Cam Henderson Center. And if you can't go, don't worry. We got you covered. We'll have it for you right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 as the Herd I'm hoping they get a win on Saturday. Go up there, shock Purdue, get that win. Then, after you get that win, you come back home, you feel good about yourself, and you take care of business against South Carolina State. All right, that's going to do it for this edition. We're going to pick a winner. Stay by your phone. We will make one of you a winner. Don't forget, if you didn't win today, got another chance tomorrow. We'll have another 4-pack for you on our Friday edition. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with you tomorrow here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Have a great night, everyone.
Broadcasting from the Dave & Buster's studios. Eat, drink, play, and watch at Dave & Buster's in the Huntington Mall. ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. WRBC, W231BS Huntington.